Hello gurus, welcome to another episode. I hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to jump quickly into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the NASDAQ to see what the stock market is telling us. Hit the subscribe button, join 77,000 people, smash up thumbs up button. Let's jump into the technicals for Bitcoin now. We're going into the technicals. Bitcoin pull back a little bit, but then a big bounce off, perfectly bouncing off this downtrend. So what we have here, let's zoom out. On the 4-hourly stochastic, very oversold. On the daily, pulled back close to the buying kind of area. It's holding on the 200 weekly moving average, this blue line, 200 weekly moving. Every time Bitcoin in its history has gone below this blue 200 weekly moving average, that was the bottom. So you can see here, that's where we had this beneath the 200 weekly moving average. Now, this was in March 2020. During COVID crash, that's when we had when it came down to the 200 weekly moving average. 2019, after the 2018 big pump, it came down to 200 week. Then when you zoom in, you can barely see it on the charts anymore. But back in 2015, also Bitcoin at the 200 weekly moving average, it marked the bottom. So just keep that in mind. That's the big indicator there. Volume is coming in on the weekly oversold, daily oversold, but trying to turn to head up. Volume on the 4-hourly, massive volume coming in the last 4 hours. Look at that, almost. Is that not all-time high, but one of the biggest pump in volumes in the last 4 hours. In the last 4 hours, there has been, you can see on the left, 13,634 Bitcoin traded in the last 4-hour period, which is very interesting. A lot of volume, and it was green volume. It took a buying side. Then we had a big drop, and then we had a big pump, and Bitcoin has been fluctuating around a lot in the last few hours. And look at the volume coming in here. In my opinion, this is a descending, a falling wedge, this one. And falling wedges usually build pressure and break to the upside. So I'd be going long here on Bitcoin. I talked about it in the last video and I shared it in the 200 weekly moving average. In the Crypto Guru Telegram chat. Inside that Telegram group now, we have 3,964 members. This is where I shared it in the Telegram group. And in the last video, I actually talked about this happening. We have now 3,964 members. The link is in the description. It's free to join, so the Telegram group is completely free. So make sure you join it. The link is down below. You can join up James Crypto Guru Live Alerts, Trade Alert, James New Telegram Live Alerts. It's a free group with nearly 4,000 people in there, so join it. This student took that trade and made money. He's up 131% Bitcoin long, which is beautiful. This was just in the last few hours I shared this. So in my opinion, Bitcoin is going to make that move. That trade is still valid. If you haven't got it in, you have to make your own due diligence, own decisions. But where I would open a trade is like this on Bitcoin for that target in the longer term time frame. It's a really nice risk to reward ratio trade on this trade. It's risking $560 to make $3,068. That's the long that I would take on Bitcoin right now. So that's beautiful. And if you want to trade, make sure you're using this link underneath the video. Go down below, everyone. Sign up to Bybit. You get a $4,450 sign-up bonus. And Bybit is one of the best exchanges. If you've been using exchanges where you're not sure about them, not secure, Bybit is the third biggest exchange. I know the founder, Ben, myself, and it's a very safe exchange. It's one of the biggest companies in the space. So now let's look at the NASDAQ. And when you want to trade, so once you go down below, you click that sign-up link. You sign up to Bybit. It will give you this trading account. And in here, it will look like this. In here, I have $478,000. Wow, that just went up $4,000. $478,000. I wonder what went up so much. Bitcoin, I've got 8.5 Bitcoin, USDT, 137,000. Solana, I think Solana just had a big pump. Solana, 95,000. Ethereum, 2,600. My Bitcoin trade is at 9,170, 153%. It's a $54,000 Bitcoin trade. I want to add more to that Bitcoin trade. I got the order at 21,800, but looks like Bitcoin is pumping. It would have been nice to add. I'm going to add more Bitcoin to this trade right now at the current price. So I'm going to add another $1,000 with 10x leverage. So that'll be another $10,000 to this long. Well, as soon as I said it, it's already pumped past it. Let's see if this trade executes. Yeah, it's about to execute. Beautiful. My trade just executed. So now this trade is a $62,000 Bitcoin trade, which is beautiful. So that's the trade I've got open right now. For Bitcoin, it's $63,000. So now let's look at the NASDAQ, and then let's look at Ethereum quickly. Well, we did Ethereum in the last video. So let's look at the NASDAQ, and then let's look at, Coinbase up 8%, Tesla up. The stock market is making some moves right now, which is beautiful. So let's look at the stock market and then BNB. Or let's do stock market and then Solana, because I like Solana. I've got a lot of it. Let's quickly look at the stock market, the NASDAQ. I want to see what the NASDAQ is telling us. So quickly here. NASDAQ up slightly today. NASDAQ is breaking. Let's go into the daily. Stochastic is overbought. Weekly, very oversold. Heading up. Monthly, heading up. On the daily, not so oversold anymore. It's moved up a lot. Even on the weekly, it's going up there. Interesting. But we broke out of this ascending kind of. We broke out of this ascending wedge to the upside. And what I see here is a very big cup and handle forming. A big cup and handle. If we get a pullback right now, that would be a very large cup and handle that could make a move on the NASDAQ of this distance here. So we could be getting a move for the NASDAQ, the stock market, this distance here. That will be taking us to 14,000 on the NASDAQ. That's a big movement, everyone. So we could be having a huge movement on the stock market right now. On the 4 hourly, overbought, hourly, not overbought, the NASDAQ is going to find resistance back at this point here at 12,492 and a strong resistance at 12,600. But if we can get through that, that's a large cup and handle that can take us to 13,807, which is beautiful. So let's do now Ethereum quickly. Okay, let's do Solana. So we'll quickly go into Solana. Solana, I bought a lot of Solana. Look at that pump on Solana just now. Just a few hours ago, it went from 39 to 41, which doesn't sound much, but that's quite a lot of percentage. Congratulations, anyone that took that trade from the last video. You're already in the profits. Move your stop loss into profit now. On the 4 hour, on the daily, weekly, very oversold. Daily, still got more to head up. Reset the stochastic. On the 4 hourly, oversold. On the hourly, overbought. So, but Solana looks really nice here. The target will be, I think the target for Solana will be up here, $50. So Solana's going to make a move. But why I like Solana a lot is its all-time high was up here, $260. So if it can make that movement back up, and Solana is a really good project that a lot of projects are building on Solana because it's a very advanced chain. It's very low fees, one of the fastest chains. If it can make that move, that's a 556% increase on Solana. So huge potential. That means 5.5 times your money. So if you put $1,000, you can get $5,000 without leverage. If you put $10,000, you get $50,000 profits. If you put $1 million, you can have $5 million. So there's a really good potential in Solana, and Solana is a really good project. And look at that. That's a big hammer that's forming, which is very bullish, or even kind of doji, but more hammer. So I would open a trade here on Solana. Stop loss still below this trend line. Take profit at the top. If you haven't taken that trade from the previous video, this is the trade that I would take on Solana. Like this, which isn't an amazing, you have to put it there actually to make it a very, actually I'll put the trade that it closes if it just goes against us a little bit. That's the trade I would take with Solana, 23% without leverage, 230% with 10x leverage. You can also trade Solana over here on Bybit. I've got $95,000 of Solana. Let's see how much this account moved up. Yeah, and over on Binance, oh, I don't have Binance open. Over on Binance, I've got in here, well, it made all that loss back. It was down $10,000, this account, just when I made the last video 4 hours ago. Now it's only down $900. So it made about $9,000 in the last few hours. I've got in here Bitcoin, 232,000, 10 Bitcoin. I've got BNB, $105,000. I've got Solana, $105,000, BUSD, $30,000, which is beautiful. Those are my trades. Those are my thoughts on the market. Join us in this Telegram group. We're about to hit 4,000 members where I share all these live trades and stuff. And again, make all your trades over on Bybit. So the link is down below. And everyone, all my audience, pay attention to MCRT, everyone, Magicraft. Right now, it's sitting at less than 0.5 cent. The volume 778,000. It's $4.3 million markup. I'm the founder of this. It's CertiK audited. And Magicraft, we're going to be releasing the gameplay footage soon. The PC and Android iOS gameplay footage. And it's going to be epic. I really want my audience to pay attention to this. You have to always do your own due diligence. But make sure you pay attention to MCRT. You can get it on PancakeSwap. MCRT. So $1,000 USDT right now gets you around 282,000 MCRT. So really, everyone pay attention to MCRT, because when we release the gameplay footage, I think it's going to be really, it's epic gameplay footage. Really, like, the game is already ready. So pay attention to it. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.